am TJ Baby Jane B. Erlin, 18 years old, from BS Entrepreneurship, first year Block 2. We will be talking about cedula taxation. Ano nga ba yung cedula or what is cedula? The cedula or the community tax certificate was a form of the taxation and identification in the Philippines involving truth-different colonial period. It required residents to pay a tax to obtain a certificate which then had to be carried at all times. How the cedula taxation work or paano nga ba gumana ang cedula taxation? Taxation system work function as a means of taxation and identification during the Spanish colonial period in the Philippines. Taxation, the cedula served as a proof of payment of resident taxes and was required for all residents aged 18 to 60 years old. It is also served as an identification card and had to be presented in transaction and to prove identity. And the cedula personal was imposed by the Spanish colonial government in the Philippines. Starting in 1884, it was part of a largest tax reform that was implemented after the revolt against the tribute of 1589. A positive effect on Filipino people to the cedula taxation facilities transaction. The modern is a readily available, valid form of identification used for various government and private transactions, such as opening a bank account, applying for a job, or getting a license. The negative effect on Filipino under the cedula taxation, abuse and harassment. The requirement to carry the cedula personal made Filipinos vulnerable to harassment and arrest by Spanish authorities if they failed to produce the document. Tax burden. The tax was an additional financial burden on Filipinos, especially the poor who were already struggle under the cedula rule. A role in cedula taxation government under the Spanish rule. Identification and control. The cedula personal served as an identify document that Filipino were required to carry at all time. It was used by the Spanish colonial government to mandatory the population and track who hand paid taxes. Tax collection. It was the result of a reform that the similar of cedula personal of the Spanish colonial era share historical roots with modern Philippines community tax, but significant difference reveal the evolution of taxation from a tool of colonial oppression to a component of democratic government. The lesson from this history, cedula, show that what can we learn? The evolution from the colonial cedula to the modern community tax provides several key lessons for contemporary taxation. The importance of equality, the residence to the historical cedula was spurred by its unfair as it places a heavy burden on the poor modern tax system. Most strive for equality, basing taxes on the ability to pay to ensure public support and cooperation.